Hey everyone, hope you had a great Christmas. Konami Claus has brought us a new Player of the Week selection on eFootball. As always, I'll put timestamps in the description for each player, so if there's a particular player you want to hear about, just click the description and there'll be a link to take you straight to him. So, let's have a look at who we've got. Start with Bisseck, we've got 2 4-stars this week. So, back to Konami's recent habit of giving trending centre-backs poor defensive engagement. That's the first thing you notice. Defensive engagement 79 is bad. The awareness and tackling are good, not the most aggressive. Pretty average pace for a centre-back. The acceleration might be a concern. Physical contact is good. Jumping, not so good, but he is really, really tall. What's that, 6'5" or something? He's a big, tall guy. So yeah, might still be decent in the air. We'll check the skills. He does have aerial superiority. So jumping is a concern, but with his height and the aerial superiority skill, I think he'll be okay in the air. Heading as well. Interception and block are the only defensive skills he's got. They are arguably the two most important for a centre-back, but it would be nice if he had man marking. That for me is a miss, man marking. Also lacking acrobatic clearance, sliding tackle, so lacking a few skills there. Long range shooting, that's not going to come in handy, is it? Let's be honest. One touch pass is a very nice bonus though for a centre-back. So yeah, lacking a few defensive skills. We've got some important ones there. Extra front man, keep that in mind. Extra front man will start roaming forward a bit from centre-back, trying to get involved in the build-up. So it's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't like that, but depends what you like. But yeah, lacking a few skills, defensive engagement a bit low. It is a 4-star card, but when you're playing divisions, you're playing against high-level teams and high-level strikers. Yeah, I think he's going to get found out. If you're an Inter fan, it'd be good for your Inter squad, I guess. But the engagement especially concerns me. Lacking a few skills as well. So not brilliant, but it's a 4-star card. So what can you expect? Then the other 4-star, Doumbia. So this guy is interesting. So he's a 4-star card, 91 rated, whole player. He's down as a centre midfielder. So I'm going to get straight to it with this guy. The only reason he's a 4-star card is because they've got him down as a centre midfielder. So at centre midfield, it's factoring these defensive attributes into his rating and they're poor. So it drags his rating down. If his registered position was the other position that he can play, which is attacking midfield, I think this would be a 5-star card because it would ignore these defensive attributes and look at the rest, which, as you can see, are good. Good awareness for attacking midfielder. He's good on the ball. Really good passing. Finishing's not too bad. Pace is decent, not brilliant, but not bad. Good kicking power, jumping, it's not going to come into it. He's tiny. Good balance. Stamina's okay, but not brilliant. But so many 80+ attributes here. He's good on the ball. He's got really good passing, good awareness. He's a whole player as well. Nice playing style for an attacking midfield. That's where you're going to play him. This guy's an attacking midfielder. I think this guy's a 5-star attacking midfielder, and he looks pretty good to me. And if you look at the skills, a bunch of dribbly stuff for the dribblers, soul control. He's got long range shooting, acrobatic finishing, and first time shots. So when he gets into position, that will help with his shooting. And he's got through passing as well. The only one he's really lacking is one touch pass, which is a shame. But I think on a 4-star card, you can't have it all. Excuse me. So yeah, through passing. Most important one there really for an attacking midfielder. I think this is a really nice card. I think you've got to ignore the 91, ignore the 4 stars, just look at the attributes, look at the skills. 170 centimeters, so he's got that low center of gravity, good on the ball, good balance as well, so he should feel pretty neat and responsive, maneuverable. Got end product with his passing and a through passing skill. Yeah, this looks like a really nice, fun card. This might be one of my picks, to be honest. So ignore the 4-star rating on this guy. I think that's a good card. Then we have Solanke. So Solanke, I think this is pretty similar to the last version we had of him, if I remember rightly. Not brilliant pace, kind of average-ish. Kicking power is good. Jumping, physical contact, and heading, all just over 80, so not brilliant. 6'1". We'll have a look at his skills. He does have aerial superiority, so they've given him aerial superiority on this card. He doesn't normally have that. One-touch pass as well. So 2 very good skills to add to him. He's already got first-time shot, rising shot, dipping shot, long-range curler, and heading. So should be decent from crosses. Not amazing from crosses. 6'1's not that tall, and just over 80 for his aerial and physical attributes. So he should be decent from crosses, but not brilliant. He doesn't have acrobatic finishing, so yeah, like I say, not brilliant from crosses, decent. Attacking awareness 83 is not that great. Finishing 88 is good. On the ball, he's not brilliant. You're not going to want to do much on the ball with him. Get the ball and look to release it pretty quickly. If you try to dribble too much with this guy, you're not going to get very far. 70 low pass isn't the worst, and he's got one touch pass as well, so that's pretty decent for a striker. But yeah, not a lot of pace, not brilliant on the ball, not much balance. He's going to get into decent positions, but 83 attacking race isn't that great. I think, honestly, this is a fairly average striker. I don't think there's anything that great about him. His biggest strength probably is his aerial ability, which isn't even that great. So, yeah, Bournemouth fans might really like this card, but ultimately, I don't think it's a particularly exciting card. Then we have our goalkeeper. Would you believe it? We have a trending goalkeeper who can't jump. I've had this rant before. It's hard to resist having it again. They're just obsessed with these goalkeeper cards that are based on standout performances, not being able to jump. I mean, someone explain that to me. To me, jumping is an important attribute for a goalkeeper. I know it's just vertical reach as far as I'm aware. That's all it is. But from crosses, lob shots, that's important, surely. But yeah, I don't know. If anyone can explain why they keep doing that to me, please do, because it's driving me insane. But we get to the most important attribute for a keeper. He's got good awareness, catching and parrying are reasonable. Reflexes are good at 90, reach 89, that will hit 90 with the game plan boost. Yeah, good solid shot stopper. Is another good goalkeeper card. I've had quite a few lately, just like this, to be honest. And it's the same thing again. Very good core goalkeeping attributes, terrible jumping. But if you can ignore that jumping, I think it's a pretty good goalkeeper card. Then we have Alfonso Pedraza from Villarreal. I think that's Villarreal. So, yeah, this guy, I'm not going to talk too long. Pretty good pace. Physical, pretty decent for a fullback. Balance, not the best. Could be worse. Good stamina. Defensively, he's okay. He's not brilliant, but he's okay. Not brilliant on the ball. And passing's not great either. Nothing disastrous there, but he's not great technically. He's an attacking fullback. I think he's normally a fullback finisher. I personally prefer attacking fullback, because fullback finisher will sort of roam into the middle of the field and vacate his position a bit more. Apparently he can play centre midfield, but with 74 for low pass, let's be honest, he can't play centre midfield. And if we look at the skills, here's the deal breaker. Low lofted pass, sliding tackle, that's it. No interception, man marking, blocker, acrobatic clearance, nothing like that for defending. No pinpoint crossing. He just doesn't have the skills really, so he can run fast. His core attributes for a fullback are okay, but I don't want an okay fullback. I want a good fullback, and this is not a good fullback for me, unfortunately. Some qualities there, but he's just lacking too much for me. Then we have Kudus. So, I've got to be honest, this is one of the most disappointing Player of the Week cards I've ever seen. 93 rated whole player, right winger or attacking midfielder or even striker. And just look at that left column. One attribute in the 80s, the rest are all below 80. I mean, what is this card? What is this? Sure, they're high 70s, these attributes, but this is a 5-star, 93 rated attacking midfielder. Whether he's playing on the right or through the centre, and he's technically crap. I don't know what to say. Yes, he can run very fast, he can kick it hard, he's got pretty good balance, and he can dribble, but that's not enough. He's not good enough technically with his ball control and tight possession. Attacking awareness is not good. Low pass and lofted pass, not great. Finishing, not that brilliant. I've got a version of Kudus. I think it was a nominating contract, and it's better than this. I don't know what they're doing with this card. And the only thing they've done with his skills, they've given him trap back instead of gamesmanship. Whoopie-doo. So he's got one touch pass, first time shot, long range shooting, rising, dipping shots, soul control, some dribbly stuff. He's got some decent skills, but honestly, I'm not going to ramble on any longer, because for a 5-star right winger or attacking midfielder, he's just not great down the left there. That some of the most important attributes just aren't good enough. So that's a really, really disappointing card for me. This is a good card. So DePaul's a popular player on this game. I've had a few versions of him. I love him. He's someone you can play. For me personally, I would normally play him as an attacking midfielder or SS. Sometimes I'll play him wide right, because he's good at crossing, and my version that I've currently got has got pretty good pace. This one, the only thing he's really lacking for me that I can notice is his pace is a bit lacking. Balance could be a bit higher as well, so I don't think this guy will be as useful out wide, although he is technically very sound. He's very good on the ball, passing and crossing both pretty good. So you could get away with him out wide if you don't mind the lack of pace, but I think this is a player who you're going to use through the middle. They've got him down as a centre midfielder. He's a whole player, as he pretty much always is. I think you could get away with him as a centre midfielder because defensively they made him pretty sound. The defensive awareness, it would be nice if it was in the 70s, but it will be with the game plan boost. If you've got a decent manager, that'll get up to 70, 71. If you look at the skills, they have taken away gamesmanship, captaincy, and soul control. Soul control is a bit of a miss. I think a lot of people will be disappointed by that. What they've given him is one-touch pass. That's the one skill that he's always lacking. So that's a very good addition. And they've given him interception and sliding tackle. I don't think sliding tackle is going to be too important for most people because I don't think many people slide tackle a lot in this game, but interception is a good one. I think for me, giving him interception and making him as defensively, competent as he is, and I say competent, he's not good defensively, but with these in the 70s and all of them being 70 plus with the game plan boost, and now he's got interception, I think you can actually get away with him as a centre midfielder now. So I think that's very good. So yeah, and the rest of the skills, obviously he's got through passing, he's got long range curler. If you play him off the left or coming through the centre, getting into position for a long range curler. Doesn't have a great finishing attribute, but that is a good skill to have. Weighted pass, pinpoint crossing, low lofted pass. Like I say, he's got good crossing, good passing. He's got a lot of end product, technically very sound, and that versatility. Like I say, the pace probably makes it unlikely you'd use him out wide, but you could get away with him there. Depends how you play. But yeah, the fact that you can get away with him as a centre midfielder now with a bit more defensive competence and just the way that he always is, which is a guy who's very technically sound, good on the ball, good passing and crossing, good end product, whole player playing style. Yeah, he's versatile, he's effective. I think it's a very good card. So yeah, that's a good one to pull. And then we have Gabriel Magalhães from Arsenal. So all they've really done with this guy, and the only thing they've done is they give him fighting spirit. Don't think there's anything else changed. He's got heading and nose priority, man marking, interception. So he's got some of those most important skills for a centre back, but there's no blocker, no acrobatic clearance, sliding tackle. So there are some missing there. Looking at the attributes though, pretty strong down the middle there. There's no real weakness. Pace is average for a centre back. It's not great, but not everyone's too bold about that. Physical contact 93 is fantastic. Jumping only 80, but he does have aerial superiority, and he's 6'3", so he'll be solid in the air. Not brilliant in the air, but pretty solid. Stamina 81 is good for a centre back. Heading 88. So yeah, if you like your centre back to have a bit of pace, his pace will be a bit of a concern for you, and it would be nice if you had one or two extra skills for a centre back. But apart from that, it's a pretty solid centre back card. And then we have Pellegrini. So I've got a version of Pellegrini, a featured version from ages ago. I like it a lot, to be honest. He's an attacking midfielder, kind of a playmaker, but he's not one of these small, nimble ones who's going to be doing a lot of dribbling and feeling really great on the ball. He doesn't feel bad on the ball, but he's more of a tall, strong guy, so he's a little bit different. Got good attacking awareness that goes well with his whole player playing style. Good passing. He's good on the ball, but like I say, he's not a dribbler. He's just technically sound. He's got some defensive competence there. If you wanted to play him as a centre midfielder, similar to DePaul, to be honest. He's not great defensively, but as an attacking midfielder, sort of an attacking centre midfielder, especially with that whole player playing style, he does have some defensive competence if you wanted to play him there, just like DePaul does. And again, not brilliant pace, pretty average pace. Physical contact's decent now, hit 80 with a good manager, game plan boost. Balance isn't the best, but like I say, he's not one of these small, nimble players. He's a tall, fairly strong player. Stamina 85 is okay. Looking at the skills, what have they given him? So, they've given him acrobatic finishing, first time shot, and super sub. Nice. A super sub version of Pellegrini would suit me just nicely. So first time shot, one touch pass, through passing. I think those are the important ones. Pinpoint crossing, he's not going to go out wide very often. I think certainly first time shot, one touch pass, through passing. Those are ones he already has, but those are important ones for an attacking midfielder certainly. And he does have good passing attributes. So yeah, like I say, in my experience, he's not a nimble, dribbly type of attacking midfielder. He's a little bit different. And you can play him as a centre midfielder, obviously a very attack-minded one with a bit of defensive competence there. I think it's a decent card. If you pick him up and he doesn't look like your type of attacking midfielder, give him a try. You might like him. I personally do. I find him quite a neat player, very effective for me. Yeah, on the whole, I think it's a good card. Very technically sound, useful, and with that super sub skill, always good to have super subs. So yeah, I think it's a decent one. If you pick him up and you're not sure, give him a go, because you might end up liking him. I really like the version that I've got of him. And now our last two surprise selections. Mo Salah. Never thought I'd see Mo Salah in Player of the Week. We've not had that many versions of him, to be fair, I don't think. But yeah, it's one of these ones where you just look at it and there's nothing really surprising about it. Great pace, great dribbling. It's got good awareness and finishing. Balance is decent. It's not got the best passing, but the one thing they've done with this Mo Salah card, the most important thing, they've given him one-touch passing through passing. So that's not going to magically make his passing good, but it's going to make it better than his attributes suggest. So as it is, his attributes, his passing is not going to be the best, but with that one-touch passing through passing, it will improve, and that could be quite important for a lot of people. Long-range curler, I think he's already got. Long-range shooting. Doesn't have first-time shot. That's probably the one skill he's really lacking, to be honest. It'd be nice if he had that, especially if we want to play him as a striker, because based on his attributes, he could be a very effective striker. The pace, the dribbling, awareness, and finishing being pretty good. He could be a good pacey goal poacher if you play him as a striker. As it is, he plays wide right. They've changed him from, I think he's normally a roaming flank. He's a prolific winger, so prolific winger compared to a roaming flank could be a bit more direct with his running. Depends what you like. A lot of people will prefer that. Roaming flank will kind of roam around and won't be as direct with their running, but I think they're both pretty good play styles for a wide right forward. Yeah, it's just another Mo Salah card, but it's a good one. The one-touch passing through passing for me are important skills, good additions, and he's got some great strengths to play in that position. So yeah, it might not be overly exciting to see another version of a player that we see quite often, but it is a very good card. And speaking of cards we see rather often, I don't know how many versions of Mbappé we've had now, probably up to 100, but yeah, we got another one. So with this one, it's all about the skills. Nothing else has really changed. He's a goal poacher. He can play wide, left or right, down as a centre forward and goal poacher. He can run really fast. He can dribble. He can finish. It's what you'd expect from Mbappé, but the changes they've made on this card, they have given him long-range curler and long-range shooting, two very good skills to give Mbappé, but they've also given him track back. So that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. If you don't want your forwards like Mbappé to track back, you'll have to put counter target on him. Otherwise, he's going to be running back and doing a bit of defending from the front, which, yeah, like I say, not everyone likes that, but certainly long-range curl and long-range shooting, very good skills to give Mbappé. That makes him even more effective. Already got first-time shot, acrobatic finishing, bunch of dribbly stuff up there. It's an Mbappé card. It's, what can you say? I think if you're going to be harsh, the awareness could be a bit higher, tight possession could be a bit higher, but apart from that, the pace, the finishing, the dribbling, it's what you'd expect from Mbappé, really. But they've given him an interesting few skills. Long-range curler, long-range shooting. Could be very interesting ones there. So, yeah, a very good version of Mbappé. On the whole, I think not particularly exciting, these two here, but they are the best two cards in the pack. And if those two players do suit you, they could be really exciting ones for you. Outside of that, you've got a solid centre-back there. I think Pellegrini and De Paul both very useful attacking midfielders. And I actually think Doumbia is one that you shouldn't sleep on. If you get Doumbia, don't be disappointed that you got the 4-star. Give him a try, because he looks to me like he could be a really tidy little attacking midfielder. So yeah, I think Doumbia is my pick, to be honest. Some decent ones in there, always some good ones and bad ones, but yeah, another interesting selection. So hopefully you found it useful. Thank you for watching as always. I'll see you soon.